Hey guys. So yeah, like I was saying, it was the 27th. It was kind of like 2 p.m. and I could like start feeling pressure, especially in my hips. And I was 9 centimeters, and they broke my water. And then I was getting checked again, and I was ready to push. So, oh, and this might be like TMI, but it kind of like smelled like poop, and I was like, I smell poop. This is weird. And they're like, oh, the baby like pooped, and when like we broke the water, like it came out and whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. But he wasn't in distress. He was fine. But yeah, it was like hard to breathe because when you're getting ready to push, they tell you to breathe in and push. I always thought you like breathed out and pushed, but you have to breathe in and push. So make sure you practice that when you're getting ready for labor, because that's hard. They were like moving me around like so many different ways to like angle the baby and move him and get him out. They were doing a great job, but I was just like pissed off at everyone because they were like, put me on my back, and I was like, okay, I'll try this. Put me on my side. I was like I didn't want to move. I was so uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to move. Like, no. And then they wanted to try squatting, so I try that or try like different angles, and it was like, it's hard to get a baby out. And it was hard to breathe. And I felt pressure, like it built up in my hips, and in my legs were just killing me. Like, oh my god. The epidural kind of like wore off. Like, it was just like pressure. Like, but I still didn't know like when to push unless my belly was hard. So like I could see like contraction happening. So the epidural was really good. And it's really like hard to push past the point where you can't push. So it's like you have to breathe in and push, so you're like breathing in but pushing at the same time, and you just have to push like as soon as you like pretty much need air or like need to stop, you have to keep going to get the baby out. So it's kind of rocking back and forth. It's like you're pushing and then it goes back. You're pushing and it goes back. That's why you really have to like push and then push them out. But I'm glad it did take 2 hours to push him out. I'm kind of glad it took that long because I didn't tear anything like that bad. So yeah, I was like, I remember like, I was like, fuck, I can't do it. Like, there was a point where it was just like, this sucks. Like, I didn't feel the ring of fire. Like they say, I just felt pressure, and I was just like, this is so uncomfortable. Like, ugh, what's happening? And before I knew it, like, the baby was out. Oh, and I will mention, like, they do tell you to stop pushing. And when you feel pressure, you're like, no, I want to push. And they're like, no, you gotta stop. And it's, like, really annoying. And I was, like, arguing. I was like, I want to push. And they're like, no. So that was funny. And I felt, like, liquid gushing when I pushed. It was, like, really weird. And then, like, before I knew it, they handed me my son. And he was all, like, ooshy, like, they didn't even clean him off. They just handed him to me, and I was like, oh, he kind of stinks. But he was so cute, and he was, like, crying and screaming, and they're like, oh, he's got good lungs, like, he's alright. So, it's amazing. And they didn't even do the suction thing, like, he was just, like, good. So that was really cool. And then, like, I immediately tried to, like, feed him, like, breastfeed him. And, the doctor was going to look like if I needed stitches, and she's like, well, there's a small tear on your labia, I'm just going to like throw a stitch in, but it's like not a big deal, like you won't even feel it. So she did that, and I will like go into another video about recovery. But yeah, I guess I'll start like recovery now, but I just used the Perry bottle for going to the washroom and like patting dry, and it feels like swollen or like, I don't know, kind of numb in the area, so it's kind of weird at first. And like TMI, but like you don't go number 2 for like 2 days because like you're getting back to normal. So when I did, I was kind of scared. I was like, what's it going to be like down there? But it was totally normal, and you don't have to worry about it. Oh, and, like, also, like, I pretty much had, like, a doggy pad and, like, the mesh underwear, like, it's just a giant pad, because you're, like, so much is gushing out of you. Like, you just need to catch it all. So I'd change that every so often. It was kind of, like, annoying to get up, because you're just, like, I had the epidural. I was just kind of like, I didn't want to walk around. So it's annoying to get up, go to the washroom. And plus your belly's all squishy after. It's really weird. And also, like, after birth, you still have contractions. So contractions are still happening. That's why I got, like, they give you a cocktail of Advil and Tylenol. I was just taking that. Like, at first I refused it, but then eventually I was like, okay, I'll take it. And the doctor came and checked baby, and the nurse was like, I don't think the baby is really latching that good. Like, I think his tongue's tied, which means the little string connecting your tongue to your mouth is, like, short, so he can't stick it out his tongue and say, like. So he just took a little scissors and clipped it, and the baby didn't even notice, and it was all good. So then he was eating better after that, so it was really good. At first it's hard, like, he may latch for a little bit, but, like, just kind of, like, he's trying to figure it out. So you just have to be patient and just keep trying. And that's what I was doing. I would even, like, try and squeeze it out, like, into his mouth, and that worked. So that was good. And then within an hour after having him, I got to shower, and they cleaned up the room. And it was funny because I had no one to watch him at that moment, so I would, like, wheel him close to my door where I was showering, and it's, like, this big room where you just turn on the shower, and it's, like, the whole room. So I put him right by the door. I was like, oh my god, I have this baby I have to take care of. Like, this is crazy. Like, normally you just go and shower. You don't think anything, but it's like, I have this baby to take care of. Like, I'm a mom. This is, like, unreal. So it was really cool. Just cuddled him lots, like, had the shower, it was really nice, just cuddled him, fed him, changed him. He went through so many diapers, like, his digestive system was awesome. He was just having poop and pee, and it was perfect. The meconium's really sticky, and they gave us, like, a Vaseline or, like, a, butt cream or stuff, so I just put that on him, and it makes it easier to wipe off. But, yeah. And, I would say, like, for recovery, like, afterwards, well, I guess I'll go into him. Like, they did check him, like, they did the vitamin K, and his leg, and they did a little blood test from his foot. He cried for the blood test when they pricked his foot. But other than that, like, he slept a lot. So babies sleep a lot at first, and it's kind of nice because it's, like, so surreal being a mom. It's like, whoa. Like, I have to take care of this baby, and it's just really surreal to be a mom. And you will get a lot of, like, this is, like, fast forward to recovery, but, like, you will get a lot of people, like, telling you things. Like, they'll tell you their birth story, or they'll tell you how they did things, how they bottle fed, or they did this or that, or cloth diapers or disposable. Like, really, like, it doesn't matter. Like, do what's best for you and your baby. Like, times have changed, and, like, you can do what you want. It doesn't matter what your mom did or their mom did. Like, it's okay. Just do what you need to do. And don't let them, like, get to you. Like, they may try to push things on you. Like, oh, why don't you just do this? Like, oh, if breastfeeding's uncomfortable, just stop doing it. Like, no. Like, I'm committed to it. Like, just, yeah, leave me alone. Like, I was kind of pretty bitchy, like, the first month. Maybe I still am. Because, like, people just annoy me. So, yeah, I was pretty bitchy. And it was also just hard because I was hungry a lot. Like, hangry. Like, you're breastfeeding, or, like, I was almost breastfeeding every hour. Like, he was really demanding for me, and it's so hard being a new mom. It's like, wow, like I have to feed this little baby like every hour. Like it's hard on you, and it's just like emotionally draining. So, and it's like hard to like figure out breastfeeding, and the first like 4 days of breastfeeding is really hard. And then the first week you're like getting it, and then by 2 weeks you're a pro. So just stay committed to it and you will succeed. I swear, like there was times I was breastfeeding and I was just like crying while he was feeding. I was like, this is hard. But I'm so happy. Like now I don't even notice it. I'm like walking around and feeding him. I'll like walk in the mall and hold him and feed him at the same time. I'm a pro. But yeah, number one tip for recovery is have people make you food. So just have people bring you food, make you food, take the baby so you can shower. Like that is just number one on my list. And it took me 4 days till my milk came in, and my boobs really hurt. They were gigantic. I recommend pumping during this time so you can get all that extra milk. So yeah, I pumped a lot too, but it was just kind of annoying because you're sitting there with a pump, and then I'd have to feed him, and yeah, it's hard. Oh, and I will mention in the hospital they wanted to see the car seat, and I have a 3-in-1, those gigantic car seats, like the really big ones, and they're like, yeah, we want to see the baby in it, so you have to bring it up here. We're like, do you even know what a 3-in-1 car seat is? They're like, no, I've never seen one. I'm like, well, it's gigantic, like, I don't want to carry it up here. No. And they're like, well, we have to. And I'm like, no. Like, I was just so freaking pissed. But my mom got it. We put him in it. And he was so tiny. We had to get, like, blankets to squish him in there. It was really cute. And he was just good the whole car ride home. He was just sleeping. Oh, and I will say, like, my weight. So I was my highest in my pregnancy. Like, from my due date, I was, say, X amount. And a week later, I went for the baby's checkup to get him weighed and checked. And I weighed myself, and I had dropped 25 pounds. So with the baby and all the fluids and everything like that, it was 25 pounds. So that is awesome. That was kind of nice to know that it dropped that much. So it does drop, and your belly goes down like almost daily, every week. It contracts down. Don't even worry about it. Like, it will go back to normal. And when you breastfeed, you do have contractions. Like, you still have contractions for, like, the whole month. And I had, like, heavy bleeding the first week. Second week, it kind of, like, lessened. And then the third week, it was, like, super light. The fourth week, it was almost done. So that's how long, like, the bleeding lasted. And I used those padsicles. Those were awesome. So, lots of pads. And eventually, after, like, a week, I think a week or two, maybe a week, I was like wiping like normal, so that was cool. It was nice to be like feel back to normal. By 2 weeks, I completely felt like my normal self. Like I felt like my pre-pregnancy self, like the energy, the I don't know, I just felt back to normal, and it was nice. Yeah, I had lots of people visit. Even after a week, I had people visiting. I was dolled up. I was just good. I was like, you know, feeling good, so it was nice. And also, like, as soon as your baby's born, you have this maternal instinct that you're like, I'm gonna protect this baby no matter what. When people hold your baby, you're like, watching them, you're like, that's my baby, like, be careful. Even if it's people you know, even if it's family, you're like, that's my baby, like, you are so protective, like, no one else can understand that feeling of being a mother and having this instinct and connection with your baby. It's like amazing, and it's so cool, and I love being a mom. But yeah, that is, I guess, recovery. I'll probably have more to add to this, so if I think of anything, I will. Hey everyone, this is my son Andre. He's 4.5 months old. Here he is. I just want to add, like, I had no idea that he would be eating every hour. I always thought it was every 3 hours, but it did make, like, recovering from breastfeeding faster. I also want to mention, like, your appetite after having the baby goes away, so you're not even hungry after you've given birth. Even for the first week or two, it goes away. And as well, like, yeah. Actually, I think that's all for, like, recovery. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.